Hey guys, sorry about that. Normally I've been playing some music during the breaks today, but I had to I had to listen to something important. Anyways, Capish. Oh, how do I say your name? Capuchin says BaseTradeTV. I just got a void. Is there a good way to tell Corsair that it was because of you guys? I wrote it in chat, but I'll say it on stream. The best way you can do anything, honestly, is just tweet. Corsair's all about that social media game, guys. They love seeing tweets from fans too, and they ask me, like, anytime somebody tweets to you about stuff, just like link it to us. So that's probably the best thing you could do, honestly. But if you don't want to make a Twitter, you don't want to be fussed with dealing with that, just getting the headset was good enough, man. I hope you really enjoy it. I really love these headsets. Anyways, aLive is just currently in the bathroom, so we're waiting on him to come back. And we had a fairly nice donation from Alaska Winter 923, donated $24.69. Says yes, Carbot, why not? Hashtag bleed Ace 1 Ace 2. Uh-oh. I think we're just gonna see a Carbot finals at this rate, guys. Is anyone evil enough to like counter this? I'm just gonna put that at 46. You and your 69. Wait, what? Really? Okay, so TLO's making a joke, and he says he demands DQ. Like he wants to disqualify from aLive for going to the bathroom. So I made a snarky little joke. I'm like, oh, you want Dairy Queen? But apparently they don't have Dairy Queen over there. And he's telling me like there's McDonald's, there's Burger King, there's Subways, Pizza Huts, but interesting. I guess I've never really eaten at Dairy Queen for anything other than their ice cream. I know they've got other food stuff there, but man, I'm all about that Subway life right now. Yo, the best thing that happened to me this January so far was like I think January 3rd we got this like coupon pamphlet in the mail for fucking Subway subs, and it's like get a 6-inch for like $3 and get another one for free. So basically you get a foot long for half off is like how it boils down to type thing. And yo, I have been eating so many ham sammies. Seriously guys, I love Subway. I don't know, I fucking love Subway so much. I don't even know. I can't wait for it to actually get warmer, because I think one of the biggest drives for exercise for me was the nearest Subway to me is far enough away. It's a 20-minute walk, so it's like far enough away that the amount of calories I would consume eating a sandwich at Subway is burned off getting to and walking home from Subway. It was the best period of time for weight loss this summer for me. Like, I don't like to talk about weight loss a lot on stream, and it's not helping today that I don't have a camera. And I went from, I'm gonna say like I was pushing 295 or 300 before I started walking. Like I had lost, okay, so eating better, just generally speaking, got me from like 330 to like 300 pounds. Then like starting to walk around and move more got me down to like 270. And then I've been bouncing between like 260. I've been like close to 250 a couple of times. Fucking holidays ruined me, and I'm back up to like 268 right now. So rest in pepperonis. But luckily I'm tall. I'm like 5'11". I got some, it's not so bad for me. But that being said, seriously, walking was like the greatest motivator. Like walking to Subway. Fuck Jared and fuck their like advertising for like, you know, when he had the huge ass pants and stuff. And that guy ended up being a pedophile, by the way. What's up with that? Anyways, point is, I love Subway. If anyone from Subway's watching, you want to throw a sponsorship my way, I wouldn't say no. Hell, I would beg for it. Anyways, big stretch while we wait for aLive to climb out of that toilet. You okay? Wash hands? So I don't know if aLive will get that joke or not. Anyways, hoping TLO's still here. He actually just auto-hosted. What's up, auto-host? Hype! TLO still ready? Let's make sure he's not tabbed out, but before I hit start here. TLO is definitely not responding, so he's probably tabbed out. There we go. All right. Little bit of time, but we're in the round of 8 for the Corsair Cup, powered by Twitch officially now. Winner of this will play the winner of Lily Canine and Sort of. But there's a story to tell about these two players. We'll get into that in a moment. All right, some people in chat are not sharing my my Subway passion. That's okay. I understand. Whatever, guys. You don't all have to have good taste. Hey, Plox, thank you for the 100 bits, man. All right, let's get into the game. Once again, this is the round of 8 for the Corsair Cup, powered by Twitch. Whoa, electricity sounds. Bottom right side of the map, we got the blue Zerg player. It's Team Liquid's TLO. And in the upper left, we got the red Terran, the Korean, the away team. It's aLive. So, by the way, aLive and TLO have played each other, not once, but a couple of times in the Corsair Cup. And I think, I'm trying to remember what the exact score was. I think it was 3-1. I want to say it was 3-1 in the finals in favor of TLO. And he did a lot of really cool things. He manhandled aLive. And a lot of it had to do with things like banelings and burrow and just like really cool creative TLO things. But there is, like, I even spoke with him afterwards and we had him on stream. It was like a cool moment of like, hey dude, that was so cool you beat aLive, who's such a good player. But even TLO was like, you know what, like it's you know, he's playing off server. You're coming to Korea or to Europe from Korea. I think the latency is gonna play against you. Like, he was very respectful about his win, and he knew that it wasn't like the hardest fight of his life. But TLO looked pretty good, and he just on average looks pretty good. So I'm gonna say that with the home field advantage, the fact that we're playing on Europe, I think that I like TLO for this one. I'm not sure if I'm bold enough to call a score, but it'd be cool to see him win. That being said, if aLive continues through, aLive fighting a sort of potentially could be really awesome. Sort of seemed like he had Mac on lockdown, so I don't know how well Lily Canine will do or not, but I do wish him the best of luck. It also worth noting because it's brand new with the way we're distributing league points, and now everything leading up to that monthly finals, people finishing 5th to 8th place get points. So even if they don't get any prize money, they still get some points. Not to mention, first and second place get points as well, but obviously marginally more. First place, pretty much essentially, if you get first place, you're kind of guaranteed to get to the finals of the month. You're not gonna have to worry about it. Man, y'all are doing like conversions and stuff in chat. I don't know like inches. You know what's funny, actually? I've never thought about this. Like, I measure myself in feet and inches, but literally everything else in my life is like centimeters and meters and metric. Like, I think that's the only, I'm just thinking. I don't think there's anything else I would ever use the American system for. I guess I'm just so used to it because of all the people in America. I don't know. Anyways, point is, as you guys continue to do conversions, like, I am still fat. I don't need Twitch chat to remind me of that. But I'm working on it. It's been getting better. If you guys actually, I was looking at it last year. You look at the VODs from Home Story Cup when we were casting there versus anything from me recently. I definitely feel better about myself, but still got some adventure to go through. Thank you to Hazard Course though for that sub, brand new. Welcome to the family. You are now a base trader. Meanwhile, TLO didn't take much guff from the Italians, but he also didn't get any scouting due to them. Overlord peeks in now and sees the double engineering base, tell you it's not going to be max. So for him, that's like a big checklist to cross off. Outside of that, though, I mean, he still had the Bailey nest already coming down. The fact that it's cross spawns will be really nice too. Third base setup where it is doesn't matter that much. It's gonna suck for drops, I guess, a bit, but as far as spawning closer to your opponent's base, no biggie over there. These four Hellions are wrapping around, expecting to find a third down here at the south side. Looking for some roasty toasty. Not gonna happen. So they veer off, going for the third elsewhere. Queen's already ready to intercept, and aLive gets pushed away from this. His third CC does start up as we're speaking, however, back at home, and this, I'm not sure which direction he'll choose to expand, but TLO will have an Overlord possibly dropping creep, depending how long this takes. He takes a 4th base while this goes on too. Actually, Zerg is really interesting right now because we've been seeing not just faster 4ths against biostyles, but also really fast macro hatcheries, sticking them on like 5 bases essentially early on when it comes to larva production. I guess having all those extra queens pull in the front lines, missing a couple injects here and there, it can be made up with the extra hatchery, which is notable, but TLO not exactly rushing that out, goes for the layer instead. He's running around the north side with a couple of these lings. So these overlords will be pushed off by the Viking. That's no fun for TLO. So no chance to make him into anything special, but oh my. Okay, so drones get cut, even though that 4th base was made. I guess that's the macro hatchery. Air quotes going down here. Vikings cleaned up the Overlord, but they have not seen this excessive amount of banelings ready to bust through this wall. And his lings dart across the map. aLive has just picked up units to move out. He was hoping to drop it. He was hoping to push for those Hellions, but it's not going to happen. TLO is going to knock down these engineering bays. Oh my god, can he cancel the upgrades? No. No, he doesn't cancel the upgrades, but he does kill both the engineering bays, which is still a pretty big pick. Gets to that mineral line, but aLive had already pulled his SCVs away. This was a pretty big commitment out of TLO. I'm not sure if the damage was worth it. If he had denied 1-1, this would have been a phenomenal attack. But the fact that he only kills 2 engineering bays, doesn't really kill any workers, that doesn't go so good for him. The nice thing is he's got a 4th base, and now as we see, there's what I was talking about before, the 5th, the macro hatchery. So he is going to have production on his side. And I guess income won't be too bad. 60 drones split amongst 4 bases. But this is not much army value for him to work with. And aLive is looking to start pushing. And aLive is a good Terran player, guys. He's got macro. He's got micro. Even when he's playing under latency conditions, cross-server, this is a guy who can still play really well. Well, coming up towards that 3rd base. Looks like Queens are ready to intercept. There's a couple transfuses here. Spore Crawler acts as detection, but not enough actual manpower through those lings to push through and get on top of the Marines. A couple more Banleys looking to come in and push that back. Queens focusing on the medevac still, but did lose a number of Queens to this. This is that drop problem I had discussed earlier too, where you just kind of go from the 3rd to the main. It's really expected, and it's nothing new in terms of tactics, but the nice thing is TLO does have creep spread all the way out to the edge of his base. So responding to this, at least will be as fast as possible. But more medevacs coming out. It looks like 2-2 on the way for both players. Who's the sub? We had Siri1 for the 32-month resub. Thank you for coming back to the channel for 32 months in a row. You crazy, crazy dedicated fan, you. Lings managed to catch some of the production. SCV is not going to all be able to finish these barracks. As the Marines unload one at a time, this could be problems. There are Banelings out for this too, but they're off creeps, as you can see. Struggle to get those hits despite having speed. They do end up getting a couple of decent hits towards the end. SCVs get picked up, and the medevacs to save as much as he possibly can from this base, but he's going to have to lift soon. TLO just going to ask him that question right now, like, do you even lift, bro? Getting cancels on these barracks would be kind of nice. TLO's still on with that pressure, and aLive just can't quite consolidate to stop this. The barracks goes down. The command center's not being lifted. aLive loses the 3rd base and starts losing control of this game. If there's one thing for damn sure, that 3rd command center should not have died. That could have been lifted. That certainly should have been saved. And this ends up hurting aLive pretty badly. Down to 48 workers, losing 17. Losing the 3rd command center. Above all, this means also losing those mules. And TLO not just expands, but double expands behind this. You know, I really thought with how much of a flop that, we'll call it a pancake attack, right? That's what that was with the double engineering bay attack. Like that was it was a pancake because it flopped so hard. Or I guess you flip pancakes. What am I saying? Damn it, that would have been good though, right? Anyways, point is, it went so badly for TLO. I was really worried, like, oh no, this isn't like out of the game, but this is not good. But he's recovered off this pretty nicely. As we can see, these drops are going to be a bit of a problem. Getting off a creep, the Banelings scare him away. TLO's about to get some infestors out too. Pathogen glands finishing up. Perhaps 1 second too late? No, 1 second perfectly too soon. So TLO gonna have that energy for fungal growths on the infestors. We still have continued ling run by. He said, oh, he shuts down the third base again. This is massive. aLive doesn't kill the 6th. He gets a cancel on the 5th. And TLO, okay, well, actually, doesn't stop the base from going down, but he's killing workers. He also, oh, did aLive see that? Did aLive see 2 Bailings brought on the mineralized that are ready to hit a transferred amount of SCVs later on? Killing 5 or 6 SCVs now don't matter. Big attack on the other side of the map. It looks like this gets cleaned up. TLO is just controlling this game so well. We're not going to get to find out about those Bailings because GGs get called. And TLO takes game number 1 in the series. As I scratch my eyeball here. Ugh. Gross sounds. Gross sounds. Okay, so crack my knuckles. Let's see what is coming up next. Next map. Looks like sort of has advanced 2-0 over Lilikanim, by the way, so he's going to be in the semifinals. What? That map is no good. aLive, good guy aLive managed to host the game on the WCS GameHeart mod, so awesome. But he hosted a 3v3 map called Green Acres. I'm not sure what he was aiming for. I don't think that was it. Oh, okay, I've been promoted to host. What's going on here? Who's hosting? aLive, invite me, please. I don't know what's happening anymore. Not to brag or anything, but I got TLO on real ID, so I should be able to just join off him. I'm not sure what's going on with aLive though. Okay, here we go. Newkirk. Newkirk was what we were aiming for. Paid to throw. No, and those accusations are not cool, guys. Like, I really want to stress and emphasize how insulting it is to these players to say something like that. If you don't understand the latency problems here, take the region of the world you're in. If you're living in Europe, go queue up on the Korean server. If you're in Korea, come queue up on the European server. See how bad it is to play. Because aLive doesn't just suffer from, like, okay, you know, you click on a unit and there's like maybe a half of a second delay, but like your frame rate starts stuttering. Even though you've got like normally smooth 60 FPS, you've got like 24 because of the latency. Like, there's so many factors that are totally legitimate as to why that game went so badly for aLive. But I think, honestly, a lot of it had to do with the server stuff. That being said, I don't want to take anything away from his opponent. He just tied it up 1-1 in the bottom right side. He's going to be the European defender, the home field champion. It's TLO. And, of course, his opponent took a very nice game 1. Couldn't quite eat it there in game 2, and it's going to be the Red Terran aLive. Wait, I'm having an absolute brain fart moment here. This isn't game 3, is it? This is game 2. I'm so dumb. Oh, my brain is scrambled. Let's back that up there. Shoop. This is like one of those moments where you just want to like turn off the broadcast and fake like a technical difficulty because you just did something, you said something so stupid. But that was game 1. That's right. I thought this was still continuing from the previous series. So yeah, TLO takes a very nice first game. We'll see what aLive has here for game 2. I think there's a lot of things he can do well if this was like a perfectly latencyed out game and we weren't playing cross server. I mean, even if we brought it to North America, even if this was like a halfway meetup, it's still not good for either player. The Corsair Cup is meant to be a European Cup for European players. We don't say that you can't play if you're not from Europe, but you gotta kind of accept the consequences. And these guys have been doing it for a while. It's, like I said, a whole year of Corsair Cups, and I want to say aLive has participated in probably a good 80% of them. So he knows the deal, and he still keeps showing up for it. He's won prize money from it too, so it's not like he can't fight through the lag. But anyways, enough about that and excuses. Thank you, Cave Bears, for the 11-month resub. I suppose you're related to the Care Bears, are you? Who's that coming from way on up in the sky? No, I don't actually remember the intro. I just got that little bit stuck in my head. Anyways, Reaper coming across the map and aLive. Not going too heavy on said Reapers, but he is getting a pretty fast reactor. Second barracks, and guessing probably just going to be doing standard Terran stuff. But that barracks was put kind of far back, and I would love for him to do something really wild and crazy, like double reactors, double factories type thing. But, one factory so far. If he builds Marines, my dreams will be crushed. Looks like this Reaper, by the way, managed to get 2 kills, but was caught, unfortunately. So looks like Marines will also be made. Feels bad, man. Feels Batman. Not sure if we'll be able to actually hunt down the Overlord or not. It's always a little bit worried about Lings running across the map, but yeah, that tech lab starts up. Stim will be on the way, and we're probably just gonna see a Stargate coming up next. Not Stargate, Starport. Man, I just pretend I didn't say anything this game. What's up, Twitch chat? That's stream delay though. How y'all doing? I guess to answer really quick, where's Zombie Grub? Because it is a question often asked when she's not here. She's flying back from France. I don't actually know when she gets back time-wise, but she said she's supposed to be here in time for the aLive League tonight. So I trust that she knows her own time schedule and will be here. I will say I've been pretty happy, and I've had a great time casting with Zeph the last couple of weeks, but I am very happy to have Zombie Grub back. I was actually doing some VOD stuff with Joey. I'm going back over VODs trying to make like highlights, and I'm going through our clips recently. I'm like, you know what, guys? I haven't actually had a real cast with Zombie Grub since like the 19th of December. We did cast briefly on the 26th, but she left early. The Corsair Cup, she was only there for like an hour or so, and then she wasn't feeling great, so she had to leave. So I'm like, wow, okay, it didn't dawn on me it had been so long. So I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for Zombie Grub to come home. We do the aLive League tonight with some fantastic players. Hopefully we get to see aLive again later today too, but anyways, all super off topic. Bringing it back. Thank you to Keymag 12. 1 year. Time sure flies when you're having fun. Or fun. Keymag, as well with everybody else, send us a message on the channel. Don't whisper it. Send a direct message to the channel so we get you a part 2 farm to fill out. But it is worth noting, guys, TLO has put a little bit of a pause on the drone production. Sitting on 48 is actually a really nice count. He got up there really high very quickly. But he's not going to necessarily use these units to go across the map right away. He's going to have to defend a bit first. 1-1's on the way, Bailing Nest. He's going to have a lot of advantage when he finally goes across that map, but he does have to stop this drop first. Now, if he's on top of it early, the drop can't unload, and this is already shut down, and this is a great start here for TLO. Normally, you'd be chasing and hounding this with Queens because you absolutely had to. It was a must, but aLive's going to try and bait some fights, I guess, around the ramp. That Queen range is just barely perfect. His submarines couldn't quite reach her. The other Overlord going to go down. This kind of sucks. Sour Grapes for TLO. Not quite supply blocked by it, though. It is like a 4th base on the top right while this is going on. Scan for the creep tumor goes down, but he doesn't get it, so actually a bit of a waste of a scan, even. Ouch. That's going to be like 240 minerals, 270 minerals out the window. Hey guys, Rifkin didn't say anything in this game. Maybe he has been muted. Oh, yeah, my mic was muted, so you guys didn't hear me say a bunch of stupid stuff. Thanks so much, fam. Creep Tumor is getting cleaned up in the middle of the map pretty massively, actually. TLO, but once again, makes for a huge bust. This time around, though, aLive's got tanks, and that was the point of that one Zergling, to scout for that, to confirm that, so he doesn't run a bunch of Banelings into tanks. Nice little catch here on top of the medevac too, but nice defense out of aLive. If he didn't have those tanks, TLO would have busted through that wall, and this could have been really bad, really quick. Get some water. So give me 1 sec here. All right, let's see. Bailey speed on deck. I'll give him that little bit of 5 health, which will be nice. Speed above all else, of course. Lanes continue to run around the sides and the outskirts of the map. TLO just looking for anything you can really pick off or maybe set up for some surprise attacks later. It's very good at those. Drop of the main goes down, but looks like it's going to also maybe go down. That medevac is really low, and the Marines are cleaned up entirely. Nice defense so far out of TLO. Ah, Bruce Moose 96. Apparently I missed your sub. Dude, if you don't know the story, I have 1 monitor because a lot of things broke this weekend, so I'm super sorry. I'm having some trouble because I've got Twitch chat on my phone sitting underneath my keyboard, and I'm not doing so great today. But thank you, Bruce Moose. I don't know how long you subbed for, but whether it was 1 month or a million, I love you nonetheless. Lings in the middle of the map are going to try and get on top of the Marines. There's tanks with this push, though, and 4 tanks is actually really scary for TLO. He does, however, catch reinforcements. Lings slaughtering Marauders and catching any Marines that come out of that base. That being said, though, not a great way to deal with these tanks. Hatchery finishes, no chance to cancel. Comes from the backside with his Lings. He will get on top of this before it's too late. Bailey's connected to the Marines. They take out the splash damage, and now the Lings get around and forget what I said about not great. GG's get called at TLO. Gonna knock aLive out of the tournament with a very slick 2-0. Or, if you're living in Rifkin's world, 2-1? Question mark? No, 2-0. Congratulations, TLO. He will move on to the semifinals, where he will fight against sort of coming up next. I guess we'll get to casting those here pretty quick. Let's see here. What is the map going to be? Habitation Station. All right. Commercial break while I get this set up. Stick around, guys. Back in a couple of minutes.